y'all? It's Jayla Sierra and I'm back with another video. If you are new here, thank you for coming to watch it, girl. We talk about the nitty gritty and I probably be giving y'all too much business. So let's get into the video. Hey y'all. So if you've been on this series and watching these videos, you know that we get right into things, we jump into it, we get to the point, okay? Today we're talking about accountability, okay? If you watched this last video, then you're on track. But if you haven't, go watch that one first, come back. Good. Okay. Now that we're back, we're talking about accountability today, y'all. Accountability. That's it. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. We're talking about accountability. And we're talking about accountability in so many different aspects today, okay? We're talking about accountability with ourselves and holding ourselves accountable. We're talking about action and reaction and holding ourselves accountable, and we're just talking about asking ourselves the hard questions, okay? We got to ask ourselves the hard questions because sometimes we be trying to push it to the side, but we need to know ourselves before we can grow and change and be better. We gotta get down to our weaknesses and understand like what we need to do better. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody can know what they're great at. I know what I'm great at, you know what you're great at, but do we know what we're weak at? Do we know where we're struggling at a little bit? And that's what's important, figuring that out so you can work on that. All right, let's get into it. So number one, we're going to talk about asking yourself the hard questions first, okay? Because in order to get somewhere, you have to know yourself and you need to know what's going on with you, okay? You need to ask yourself, what's your personality and what do you give off? You know what I'm saying? Are you the nicest person? Probably not. Are you the coolest person? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? And asking yourself these hard questions and allowing yourself to see where you can be wrong in things is going to be your biggest benefit. It's going to be your biggest benefit because you need to learn that your world revolves around you, but everybody else's world does not revolve around you, okay? So 9 times out of 10, people really aren't that concerned with you. You feel what I'm saying? But people do get concerned with you when there are personality differences and traits and things that people can't connect to or like or understand. And knowing yourself and knowing like I'm weak in this or I'm not the best at that is going to be a big part of holding yourself accountable and saying, all right, this situation is coming up or this has to happen. I'm not the best at this or this. And choosing to get that help, choosing to seek that help, choosing to do the research and get the information, because at the end of the day, nobody can help you but you, okay? If you don't want the help, nobody else can help you because you're going to keep just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. So a big thing is going to be asking yourself those hard questions. Did I show up? Did I show up for myself? Am I showing up as my best self? Am I putting my best foot forward? Am I giving myself my 100% effort? 110, 120? Like, am I pushing myself? Because if you're not pushing yourself first, the rest of this don't even matter. Honestly, I can't even be nice about it and say it to you. There is nothing else that matters if you're not going to ask yourself the hard questions first. I am still every day asking myself hard questions. You always have to ask yourself the hard questions every day, because at the end of the day, if you can see for yourself that you are weak in certain areas, you're going to prosper so much because you're going to seek that help. You're going to seek that guidance, and you're going to be like, you know what? I need to get better at A, B, and C. Point blank, period. You're going to seek that guidance, okay? So that's just going to be really important, and knowing that your accountability matters, but asking yourself those hard questions first is what's going to allow you to be more accountable for yourself and accountable for your actions and accountable within putting your best foot forward, okay? Now, that being said, we're going to take a quick pause on what the 3 things we're going to talk about today are, and we're just going to talk about accountability and discipline, okay? We are on this journey of a disciplined era, okay? We are choosing to discipline ourselves in the things that we want. And for me, if nobody else tells you, I'm going to tell you, accountability and discipline go hand in hand, baby. They go hand in hand. They do not separate. Discipline is where we are choosing to stay focused on the plan, okay? Discipline is where we have a plan, we have the goals, we have the things that we need to do, and disciplining ourselves to stay focused on the plan, okay? Accountability is choosing to hold yourself at a standard of making sure the things get done. So relatively, they're almost synonyms. If you ask me, they go hand in hand. You can't choose to be disciplined but not be accountable. Discipline, and this is a small example. You say you're going to go to the gym 3 times a week. Disciplined is making sure that, hey, I schedule my time out. I know that I'm going to the gym. I know I have a busy day, knowing that you're going to make the time to get there, okay? Then you don't go one of those days. Oh, it's all right. Like, I know I just didn't go. Like, it's not that deep. Holding yourself accountable now is saying, yo, no, it is that deep. I did not go. I did not keep myself disciplined in what I was doing, and I have to make that up. That's holding yourself accountable, okay? So now, that being said, we're going to jump into action and reaction, okay? Accountability is a big thing. Not only within yourself, but within your relationships with other people, okay? We all have it. We all have pride. We all have mindset. We all have some bullheadedness. And guess what? We're all going to say, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my issue. It's not my problem. I didn't do it. We're all going to do it. Understanding that there are times where your reaction is very plausible and viable for whatever the action was. I'll be the one to say it. Don't make me feel crazy because I had a reaction to your action. But as an adult, you can only choose how you're going to react. You can't choose what their action is. You can't choose what they're going to do. But you can choose how you react. And sometimes understanding that your reaction isn't even needed. When they say kill people with kindness, scratch that, okay? Kill people with silence, okay? Sometimes people aren't worth your time. They aren't worth your energy. And holding yourself accountable to say, my time, my energy is a privilege. We've talked about this in a few videos now. Your time and energy are a privilege. So when it comes down to it, giving people this energy and reacting to things that they've done, it's not worth your time. It's not worth your time. And holding yourself accountable to say, and even if you do react, holding yourself accountable to say, I need to work on that. I need to work on that because they didn't deserve my response. They didn't deserve my reaction. They didn't need my reaction. I'm okay with not having to give these reactions. And understanding that and knowing that is going to be a very strong presence and thing that is undeniable about you. You can be the drama-free person. I'm trying to tell you, learning to accept people where they are and for who they are is such a freeing and peaceful time, because the things that people are doing, they can't even upset you anymore, because you have to learn, you know what, I just got to accept them for who they are. I have to accept them for where they're at in their life. I can't, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? It's not your job to hold everybody else accountable. It's your job to hold you accountable. That's it. That's all, nothing more, nothing less. Hold yourself accountable. So reaction, action, and reaction, it all comes a part of accountability and knowing that I could respond, but are they worth my response? Is it really worth your response? Or is it, you piss me off, so I want to respond? Because everybody can piss you off, but is it worth your response? Is it worth your time? Is it worth your energy? And at the point that you do respond and something's not worth your energy, again, holding yourself accountable to say that you degraded your energy. You degraded your time. You degraded your status because you allowed yourself to go down to a level of which you are not. You are not there. So to degrade yourself and bring yourself down to appease somebody else just to get a reaction out of you, you have to hold yourself accountable for that. You can't blame them for that, because you as a person and as an adult can say, you know what, baby, you ain't get no answer out of me. You can silence, zero, zilch, don't have nothing to say, because it's okay to leave people where they're at. It's okay to say, you know what, not my energy, not my space, not my time, not something I'm looking to do. Wish you all the best, and leave it alone. Leave it alone, because sometimes there are conversations that need to be had and sometimes there's not. There's just not. Okay? Very simple, very easy. So we got through two things. Number one, asking yourself the hard questions. And number two, action and reaction. Okay? Now, we're going to just talk a little bit about the fact that holding yourself accountable in a world where you're trying to recreate and rebrand and choose to do better for yourself is going to just be a blessing to you. It's going to allow you to open your mind up and look at so many things and so many different views and aspects, because you are allowing yourself the freedom of saying, I don't know it all. I don't know it all, and that's okay. It's okay not to know it all. But be on the hunt to learn. Have your mindset on, I might not know it, but I can learn it. I might not know it, but I can learn it. Okay? That's just where you have to be in your life. And if you followed along in these videos, then you already know we as a community and as a group and as a whole, if you're rocking with me, we are on a lifestyle journey. We are on a mindset journey. We are on a self-growth, happiness, and peace journey. We are on a financial growth journey. We are on all of those things. But these beginning steps are to help us learn to discipline ourselves, hold ourselves accountable, get the structure in our lives so that way we are moving towards those goals. We can have as many dreams and goals as we want, but if we don't have the self-work behind it, we can't get there. We can have whatever goal, but you can have these goals, and if you don't hold yourself accountable for anything that you have to do, you're going to allow yourself to keep pushing it down the line, keep kicking the can down the road, saying, you know what, like, I'll do it then. Oh, it didn't happen by this time. I'll just do it by this time. I'll just do it by this time. When in all reality, what you're doing is not holding yourself accountable for the things that you set in stone for yourself. Dreams do not become goals without a time frame, and a timeline, okay? And your goals do not become reality without a plan, okay? They don't. It does not happen, because you have to choose it. You have to want it. You have to put forth the effort for it. If not, we just sitting here talking the talk. We just sitting here yapping the yap at this point. But if you're watching these videos, it's because you're on this journey and you want to do better in whatever aspect of your life that is, whether that's your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your financial, life, like whatever it is, you want to get on your journey and start to create the most positive version of you, the strongest version of you, the most empowering version of you. And you have to stand in your strength and standing in your power and saying, you know what, I can do this, but I have to do the groundwork. I have to do the groundwork. Period, point blank. I have to do the groundwork. That being said, we are about 3-4 episodes into this series. I'm going to make a playlist for you guys so we can start for you. If you haven't, you can start from the beginning and get all the right information. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. We're going to keep going, keep building, keep consistent. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love you. Bye.